I just listened on the radio. I listened one time to a pilot being shot down, and at night I watched B-52s drop bombs. They would drop bombs for miles and miles, and it was like fireworks. Oh, I'm Ray Walker, Raymond B. Walker. I was an Air Force pilot during the Vietnam War. I was there from 1968 through about 1972. My first mission with my crew was a 144 ship formation at night going to island in the Caribbean, a little uprising. That was kind of scary, especially since the leader was way up front and clouds were forming behind him, and we were having to fly through clouds, and he didn't know we were in the clouds. And when you're flying formation in the clouds, it's dangerous. Some of my friends got on the ground while they were on the ground there. They got in trouble with Marines and that type of thing. But oh, those Marines were crazy over there. They carried M1 rifles, and you didn't want to mess around with them. We stayed away from them. The guy in back told me there was a MiG on the ground in Hanoi, and so I told him to keep me informed. So, and he called me up and said, the MiG's taxiing to take off. I said, let me know which way he goes. So he called back and said he went north, so no problem. Well, that was, you know, if you're in the air and you're dropping bombs, you don't think about killing people. I guess it's a lot different for the guys on the ground. When they, you know, they stand face to face and shoot each other, and they probably have trauma over that. But when you're flying in the air and you're dropping bombs and things like that, it doesn't cross your mind that you might be killing somebody. The bombs they were dropping cost more than the trucks they were hitting. Much more. It was just a waste. A big waste. It's different nowadays. You know, they just have pilotless drones now that the guys are sitting in somewhere in Las Vegas, and they kill these people out in the desert in Afghanistan. You think they're worried about that? I wouldn't think so. You're just so separated from the actual killing. Then they sent me to school to become a nuclear engineer, and I worked in that field quite a bit, and I had a chance to test nuclear weapons out in the Pacific. I actually stood directly underneath an atomic bomb when it was detonated. It went off at midnight, and it was 30 minutes at like high noon on the island, just watching the fireworks. Beautiful sight. Oh, we had good times. My navigator was a good cook. When we went to Vietnam from Japan, we took a big case of food with us, and my navigator cooked our dinner every night. We had good times. We'd fly 10 hours one day, and then we'd have a day off, and we'd fly 10 hours the next day. It was a nice beach down there too. We could go on the beach, have fun. Well, I enjoyed every bit of it. If they'd let me keep flying, I'd have stayed in. But when you're 45, they think you're too old to be flying Air Force. And I lived through it. It's a miracle, I guess, that I survived that night. I flew 6,500 hours. Never had an accident. And I just feel like there was somebody helping me.
Stop, children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.